Once there was a man named Job. He lived in a faraway land. Job loved God very much. He was a good man, truly good. He tried his best every day to live an honest, upright life. God saw Job's heart, and God was pleased with him. Job was a very blessed man. He had a large, loving family. 10 children brightened his days, 7 sons and 3 daughters. He had many herds of animals, camels, sheep, and oxen too. Servants worked for him faithfully. His life was full of good things. Job was known far and wide. People respected his wisdom. They saw his kindness to others. He was a pillar in his community. His life seemed almost perfect, a picture of God's favor. He thanked God for all he had. His heart was full of gratitude. This story of Job is very old, but it is also new for us. It teaches us about hard times. It shows us how to keep faith when everything seems to fall apart. Job's journey can give us strength. It reminds us God is near, even in our deepest pain. One day, a dark storm gathered. Not a storm of wind or rain, but a storm of terrible trouble. It came suddenly, without warning. Satan, the accuser, challenged God. He said Job only loved God because God had blessed him so much. Take away his blessings, Satan said. So God allowed Job to be tested. The first wave of sorrow hit hard. Messengers came with awful news. His oxen and donkeys were stolen. His hard-working servants were killed. Then his sheep and more servants were struck down by fire from heaven. All his wealth began to vanish. The pain did not stop there. Another messenger rushed to Job. His face was filled with terror. He brought the most heartbreaking news. Job's beloved children, all 10, were together in their oldest brother's house. A mighty wind struck the house and it collapsed, killing them all. Job's heart was completely broken. He tore his robe in deep grief. He shaved his head in sorrow. He fell to the ground in despair. But even then, Job did not sin. He did not curse God's name. He said, "The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." The trials for Job were not over. Satan was still not satisfied. He told God, "Touch his body, then he will surely curse you." So God allowed more suffering. Job was struck with terrible sores. Painful boils covered his entire body from the top of his head to his feet. Job sat in ashes, scraping his sores. His suffering was immense, unbearable. His own wife told him, "Curse God and die." But Job refused to give up his faith. He said, "Shall we accept good from God and not accept trouble too, even in this agony so deep?" Job did not sin with his lips. Then Job's 3 friends came to him. They sat with him in silence for days. They saw his pain and were shocked. When they finally spoke, their words hurt. They thought Job must have sinned, that God was punishing him. Their advice was not helpful. It added to Job's heavy burden. Job cried out to God in his pain. He questioned why this was happening. He did not understand his suffering. His heart was full of confusion. He debated with his friends. He defended his innocence strongly. But through all his questions and doubts, he never truly turned from God. Section 4. God speaks wisdom, restoration, and new beginnings. After much pain and many words, after Job's friends had spoken, God finally answered Job. He spoke from a mighty whirlwind. God did not explain Job's suffering. He did not list Job's hidden sins. Instead, God showed his great power. He spoke of his amazing wisdom. God asked Job many questions about the wonders of creation, about the stars and the seas, about the animals wild and free. Job listened to God's voice. He realized how small he was. He understood God's greatness, and he found peace in that truth. Job humbled himself before God. He said, "I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted." He admitted he spoke of things he did not fully understand. He had heard of God before, but now his own eyes had seen him. His faith became deeper, more real, and then God turned Job's life around. He restored everything Job had lost. He gave him twice as much as before, new herds of animals, great wealth. He blessed him with another family, 7 more sons and 3 more daughters. Job lived a long and full life. His end was more blessed than his start. Section 5. Job's enduring light. Hope for our own journeys. Job's story is more than just old. It speaks to us today, right now. We all face our own storms, times of sadness, loss, and pain. Maybe it's sickness that won't leave, or a job that disappears suddenly. Perhaps it's the ache of loneliness or the confusion of a troubled world. Job shows us it is okay to ask why, it is okay to feel the hurt, it is okay to wrestle with our faith. God can handle our honest questions. He is big enough for our doubts. He does not expect us to be silent, but he does want us to trust, to hold on to him, even in the dark. Job's journey teaches us resilience. He got through his terrible trials, not because he was perfect, but because he kept his eyes on God. He found strength he did not know he had. He discovered a deeper faith, a faith that could withstand anything. This kind of strength is for us too. So when your own storms come, remember Job, the faithful servant. Remember his pain, but also his hope. Remember God's presence in the whirlwind. You are not alone in your struggles. God sees you, he hears you. And like Job, you can get through this. There is always hope, always light.